Hello, everybody. Two out of three of us are healthy, while one of us is not, while the other is out and about going to Anime Boston, and that is the leader of our group. But he'll be back next week, where you are stuck with the two amigos as well as our special guest. But hi, everybody. I'm Double RPG here, and welcome back to the Geek Fighters Play Dragon Quest III HD-2D remake on the PC. Like I said, I'm Double RPG, and I have Metal Blue Eyes joining us as usual.
Howdy, howdy.
And we also have a special guest with us, and it is the one, the only, Bad Gamer.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. How you doing, Alex?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. As I said before we started, got a bit of like issue on my right eye, but that's probably because of like a lot of my fan has been hitting me. Ever since I got this desk and all that, that kind of is sitting a bit different. And yeah. We'll hopefully fix it by the week coming, since I don't have any eye drops readily available.
Yeah, and well, hopefully you won't have to wait too much longer until you get some relief headed your way.
Yeah. I won't have until Tuesday because it's holiday season here too. It's a holiday on Monday and all that. So.
Yay!
You guys celebrate Easter in Sweden?
Yeah, we do. Had our normally here like it's pretty similar food wise. It's basically what we have for Christmas, minus a big Christmas ham.
Yeah.
Like it took me a couple of years as a kid until I realized, like, wait, we're just eating the same food, but it's like minus this big ass ham we usually have on Christmas. I did not think about that. It's like, oh. But yeah, we celebrate both things and like hunting for eggs when I was younger. Now it's just like holidays.
Yeah, it's just another holiday, pretty much.
Pretty much. When you get older.
It did a little.
How you guys been?
Oh, we've been pretty good. Been working. Like I said, I came down with the cold, but I think I'm getting past that phase, but we'll have to see. But other than that, yeah, I've been doing all right and working extra hard over at work because of, as you said, Easter is coming up pretty quickly for a lot of us.
It is this weekend, so yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't have any plans for Easter except for working more, but I'm going to go stay the night at my sister's place after that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So that way I have Monday off. Even though I do work on Easter, I got to enjoy that holiday pay, that time and a half, you know?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then, I mean, that's what you want to do.
Exactly. How about you, Metal? How have you been?
I've been alright, actually. Been a heck of a week, but I am quickly recovering. Been enjoying some gums, obviously.
Seems like you had yourself kind of a hectic week.
Yeah, but you know what? Stuff works out. Like I said, we had a lot of news on Wednesday, and then ironically on Friday there was a shit ton more of Kamen Rider news. So yeah, it's going to be a fun week.
Ooh.
Let's just say. Yeah, because they had their big 55th anniversary event where they dropped a bunch of megaton bombshells. So yeah.
Ooh.
It'll be a fun week, especially if you're a fan of Kabuto or Den-O.
It's always still I know Den-O is still really popular.
Somehow, but yeah, he's getting a
like,
20th anniversary movie next year.
Yeah, because I was like, didn't they make a movie a couple of years ago? Like, because Den-O's been
like 10 years. It was like 9 years ago.
Okay, but I still remember like when they.
And that was the last like serious Den-O piece of media. Was like the 10th anniversary, and yeah, then it just kind of the Den-O mania just kind of died. And hey, what do you know? Now they're back for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, was Den-O really that popular? It's like I enjoyed watching it.
Like Jesus, it did like gangbusters for a while. So
I remember they had like 3 movies. It was called like, was it like red, yellow, and blue?
Technically, okay. Well, okay. I'm trying to remember back here. Yeah, there was like, because there was 3 movies. Then there is the trilogy, which dealt with like side characters and such. Well, okay, 2 of them dealt with. Okay, one of them was about Xeranos. One was about New Deno, which is his grandson from the future. And then the third one was about a character from Decade for some goddamn reason.
Oh, by the way, hi LPH.
Hey man.
Hello, but yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, the short. Okay, so the short of it is, yeah, like I said, brand new anniversary movies and brand new labels, because it turns out that these high-profile anniversary movies, like the upcoming Agito one, are going to be the norm now, and they're going to be under the Kamen Rider Premium label. Which are mid to high-budget Kamen Rider theatrical works. So, I'm guessing the movies are going to be a lot more big budget now, and it seems like pushed internationally, possibly. But then there's the fact they've announced a brand new Kamen Rider anime, tentatively just titled Kamen Rider the anime right now.
Although I'm going to say, internationally for them probably just mean North America.
Yeah, well, I can't say what their Euro plans might be, but
probably nil or just UK
probably nothing. Yeah, like usual. Probably absolutely dick.
I keep saying
because they hate Europe for some reason.
Yeah, being a European and a Swede, stuff like this is like absolute. I get nothing.
You get nothing. Good day, sir. Then the other big one is they announced that there's going to be a new Kamen Rider game coming out, although it's pretty much already confirmed it's another mobile game.
Of course.
Yeah. And then the big one was unveiling the next Kamen Rider coming after Zeitz, Kamen Rider Myth. And interestingly, it seems to have a let's just say Tom and Jerry motif.
Okay.
And that it's going to be a mouse-themed main rider battling with a cat-themed villainous rider.
Huh.
With like literally Tom and Jerry, like cat and mouse kind of shit, apparently.
I mean, we're all
goofy ass moment. They're dropping anvil on each other, and
I mean, I don't know if it'll be cartoony or not, but
I mean, we're all fans of Tom and Jerry, so we can't discount the possibility, you know.
Well, like we'll have to see. We just have a name right now, which is funny because this is the first time they've ever beaten the copyright leakers to the punch. Because yeah, they always copyright their names and everything before announcing it. Just how Japan works most of the time. This is the first time they've ever publicly announced something before they copyrighted it.
And so people were actually surprised this time. Be like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was a complete total surprise. It's like, ah, shit.
Oh, by the way, LPH...
we already know what the next Ultraman's going to be called, even before we know what he looks like, just because of copyrights. So, yeah.
Oh, by the way, LPH, just so you know, yes, we have 2 out of 3 of us have actually watched the Mario Galaxy movie, and...
I have not, but I've seen spoilers, so yeah, I don't care.
And we've had some pretty positive things to say about it.
I enjoyed part of it. As I said, when we discussed this about a bit of it, my only issue is that Rosalina barely got anything to do.
Right.
She was showed off at the start of the movie, and then nothing for the rest of the movie. Hopefully, she gets a bit of role in the upcoming third one.
Yeah, in the third movie, yeah, coming up.
Which it probably will be, because it's gonna be because. Now we have history between 2 characters.
Well, exactly, and not to mention, we already got the Donkey Kong movie coming up. There's the live-action Zelda. There's obviously, and most people figure this movie was also kind of cynically done to also set up the extended Nintendo Cinematic Universe, as it will, because oh hey, Fox is there, and oh, there's a cameo from Samus's gunship, so Samus exists in this world too. That kind of Not to mention a bunch of, nostalgia bait and Easter eggs and everything, so.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But yeah, that seems to be the more cynical reason for this movie, is to set up because the first movie did so well, to set up the extended universe. Which will not include Zelda because of the live action movie at this time, apparently, but yeah, we'll see.
Which kind of sucks that that's the one that gets a live action fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see where the discontent may come in about that notion, but
I'm just worried he's not. It's not gonna be of the same quality. Like it's just it's that thing because like I don't know what. We haven't even seen anything, of course. Like I haven't seen anything about the movie coming up, so it's been kind of quiet. And it's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah. We're supposed to get the trailer. Like, rumor has it we may get the trailer in time for Nintendo's big June Direct, the one that essentially replaces E3.
Yeah.
Kind of where it once was. That's kind of the popular rumor right now, is that we might get it during that. Like, the first actual trailer.
Like, I don't want to be cynical about it, but I'm not having, like... I don't know, I don't expect much.
Yeah, I don't either.
Here you go. I hope it's to your liking.
Because, like, because at least for the movie itself, we and something from movies we already know that you guys said, like, we know we're getting a Donkey Kong. There's a high chance we're getting a Star Fox, just because
movie
of that
now, yeah.
Yeah. Just because of that whole...
Yeah, because of all the buzz around a minute. Yeah, we're most likely going to get with a Star Fox movie now, yeah.
At least that's what I feel confirmed. I looked for the... I guess I missed the ship, but I did not see the Samus ship.
Yeah, Samus's gunship is in one scene as well, so...
Yeah, I guess I missed it. I was looking for it, because I thought it was going to, like, maybe show off at first, but... They did show off the Pikmins.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Pikmin. Pikmin exist.
They showed Rob.
Miyamoto would be happy.
They
Yes,
showed...
good old robotic operating buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rob.
So as you can see, we're in the All Trades Abbey. Our mission was to go there and find the trader who can give us a pinch of black pepper that we can use to finally get our bow, which we finally got. But this place also has significant meaning to players because this is the place where you can actually change your job, aka your vocation in this game. So if you need to change your job for any of the characters because you felt like they have maxed out all the abilities that they can obtain with their current job, then there you go. Here's a place where you can actually come back to in your spare time.
I did not know they actually added that to the franchise. I always assumed Dragon Quest was very much like the classic get. Because I've not played it much. I've mostly played the modern ones from PS2 and forward.
Did you ever play Dragon Quest XI?
Nope.
No? Okay. How about...
Wait, no, that's the latest one, right?
Yeah, that's the current one.
I guess I never got to that far when it could invoked. When I got that far. Because usually every time I got into trying to play them, something else started showing up and I was like, oh shit, I didn't play this one.
I have played...
Also,
I have played through Dragon Quest XI-S when I got it on the Switch, and that was the very first Dragon Quest game I've ever beaten. Was right
nice.
there. Yes.
Yeah, the version with the non-poopy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the proper score and with the you can just like press a button, all of a sudden you're playing 2D.
Neat. Oh yeah, the 2D mode.
That was only for like 3DS at one point in Japan.
Right.
Is that what got released there? Now, I need to say something about this, and yes, it has been said before, but as a Final Fantasy fan, I am jealous that this is not what we got. Like, I like the pixel remasters, don't get me wrong, but I wish we got this. I wish
it
we
is
got
beautiful.
This treatment. I wish the Final Fantasy games got this treatment.
Oh, yes.
Well, we'll probably be seeing a lot more of this, because I know RPG Maker got a major update this year that allows you to do the Octopath Traveler style HD-2D artwork now.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're going to see a lot more of this in the future, I get the feeling, especially when it comes to fan stuff. That wouldn't surprise me.
My
It's like,
curiosity is piqued.
Because like I do like the pixel remasters because it's nice to having, you know, proper versions. Although, the one thing I will always argue, and I know some people, because I seem to have the only conflicting. I'm one of those who has opposite opinion of the masses. I prefer the GBA version of Final Fantasy 1 when they had MPs and not charge.
Yeah, that's when they. Yeah, because
I know
2 is just a really weird ass magic system that I do not blame. Like I said, I don't blame people because I've played that too, and you know what? It makes it so much easier.
because
Just a traditional magic system.
yeah, and I know that people will argue that by having the MP, it very unbalanced the game because it makes magic super strong when it already is.
Hmm.
But I still prefer the M. I wish they could have given us an option to play both versions, but I know they wanted to be more like it's supposed to be faithful of of whatever the first version they came out for.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did the same thing for 5, because you had the GBA version with 4 extra jobs that never got added, or that didn't come with there too. And I still feel like then they should have added those in 2 at the same time, because I just feel like if this is supposed to be like, you know, the best versions, then why not also add the things that got added from the others? They kept the translation
That's
for
an idea.
5, because 5 kept the translation. Pixel Remaster 5 did kept the translation of GBA, where it's more like silly and upbeat. At least it didn't pick the PlayStation 1 5 version where one of the characters speaks in pirate all the time.
Oh,
Arr.
Ferris.
Like,
Yeah,
I get that she did that in the beginning, but like still kept doing that when they got out as like, oh, it's female. Like you don't have you did like let me still talk like this lassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, shiver me timbers. I can't believe Golbus did this.
Yeah, I don't get who was in charge of the localization at that time, and I really don't get why they decided they needed to do that for Ferris in the first place.
I don't know. They wanted to give him a quirk, I guess, and they decided pirate.
You mean she? Because we do know it's a female.
She. Sorry.
It's
Well,
fine.
okay. Sorry.
It's fine.
Ugh.
But it's
Wah wah.
but because the GBA one is much more sillier. Let's fight like men and women that dress like men.
Yeah, but
I just
but you know, Alex,
It's
I get why you are disappointed why none of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are more like this, because you felt that they were being a bit too conservative with trying to, you know, go for the nostalgia route rather than trying to do a proper remake.
Well, yeah, they were trying for a purist kind of thing, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, they're called remasters. Sure, fine, because like they were supposed to be in the more, but I just feel like it was like, why is Square? I know Dragon Quest is like the golden child. It's the thing
Right.
that makes Square.
Mm-hmm.
And Final Fantasy was Enix up until what 10? Final Fantasy 10, because it was Squaresoft.
Yeah, Dragon Quest was Enix's bread and butter, whereas Final Fantasy
Oh,
Square.
right. It's reverse.
It was like, was it? They bought them out in like 2001, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the name change didn't
Yeah.
take effect until April 1st of 2003, which is not an April Fool's joke, by the way.
No, because what was it?
Um,
I think Tactics Advance was the first game under the new Square Enix title. I think
Yes, it was. It was either
Yeah.
that or Final Fantasy Origins on the PlayStation. One
it
of
was.
the two.
It was one or the other. Yeah.
I think it might be Origins then, because I remember seeing Square Enix on the. Wait.
Yeah, I did too.
I think I owned that one.
Oh yeah, I might. Let's see.
Oh no, I got Anthology, but that's the same thing. Or something there.
Uh,
Oh no, okay, but it still says Squaresoft, and it's 4 or 5.
Oh, Square. To be in the universe where it was called Crosssoft. Or Triangle Soft.
No.
Soft.
Exactly.
But like it's nice getting them as like we're getting something with some balance changes because they did balance some of the stuff up. But it's just so obvious that they gave so much more for the Dragon Quest games
Right.
than we have gotten for like what is still going on with 9. With Stat Square, like I heard a couple of weeks ago, he might have been got canceled.
Apparently, yeah. That's what word on the street is, apparently.
Like I'm still waiting on 9. My favorite PS1 other than the PS1 trilogy. It is kind of funny, like up to 12, there was always 3 Final Fantasy per console.
Yeah, like that. They're like their own trilogy based on whichever console they were on. You know,
Yeah.
you could also say the same for the PS2 console, but at the same time, Final Fantasy XI did come out on PC instead of just only PS2. But
Yeah, but it still counted because it did come out on PS2 also.
yeah. And I guess you
Yeah.
could say the 7th generation of gaming, I guess you could say the only one that equates to a trilogy was the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, but it's like, it's not an original installment in between each other.
Yeah. And I agree with that. Although you could argue that they still kept that tradition because 14, 14, 15, and 16 did technically hit on PS4.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like on a technicality, but I usually like...
True, yeah. Although one of
like-
them's, yeah, an MMO, but still, yeah.
Well, since we count the MMO as...
Oh, yeah, we count 11, yeah, anyway, so yeah, why
But
not?
I usually tie to specifically that because, sure, as you said, Kyle, that we had 13 trilogy because we had 13, 32, and Flight of Returns.
Uh-huh.
This was like the only trilogy tied to the PS3.
Right.
And so far we have only, because on another technicality, 14 did come to PS3 first. Because before the PS4.
That is true. I will concede to that.
But I usually said like up to 12 is where like there was a linear per, so like it because you had 1 through 3, 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 9, and so on, so up to 12. But then it became like 13, and I was like, all right, now we're just gonna focus on 13. Now it's 13 for fucking ever. They really tried to make 13 like a thing.
Right, because they were doing that whole Fabula Nova Crystallis branding for the franchise. They wanted that to be like their initiative for the franchise, but too bad it didn't really hit on all cylinders like they hoped.
Oh,
but,
yeah, the good old day. Oh, yeah, I remember the days of, what was it, 13 versus 13 and Agito 13.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like
Until, like,
heavily
it's like,
involved in
hey, yeah,
pixels.
you remember versus? Well, yeah, just call it 15. Because that's basically what it became.
Pretty much.
Just like
In Agito, Type 0.
Even though elements from the mythology from 13 actually didn't maintain in Type 0. So that's the...
I think the problem is that like nothing felt like properly connected because you had 13.
Right.
Then you had some of the stuff before 13.2. Didn't feel like it properly connected to anything. 13.2 had the yeah.
I was gonna say the problem with the games and oh shit, got a bunch of metal slimes. Can I defeat at least one of them? Probably not.
Hope so.
Hopefully.
But anyway, as I was saying, Final Fantasy.
a lot of
The
They
problem
give
with
good experience.
the problem with the Final Fantasy Fabula Nova Crystallis project was that there was not there was a lack of a unified vision, so that's why each project suffered in some capacity.
Yeah, because
I
I
hear ya.
was going to that route. Yeah, because like in 2, the problem with 2, in my opinion, was also that all of a sudden you had time travel, and it was the most convoluted.
Hey, I got one!
Nice.
Hey, yeah. At least one of them's dead.
I think it. Oh yeah, see that. Because like the problem with 2 was that it was so convolutedly told.
Uh-huh.
Because I was able to follow it. Then at one point I just be like, wait, what? Like, why are we so casually being okay that we're just moving around timelines all of a sudden? And everyone seemed to understand that this party is traveling around time without having to explain that we're traveling around time, like in all different timelines. And then 13, then Lightning Return came, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, I only defeated one, but I'll take one.
I no, I haven't even played it. I own it, but I never played it.
Yeah.
Because 13.2 was just so just got me like, I don't know where they're going with this. And then I bought it years ago on Steam when also like a sale on it.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much it. And that was all about the side stuff that everyone's be like, what the fuck has this anything to do with anything? But because like it wasn't it. It's just like, there was no coherent. Like, nothing felt it was tied properly to the other.
Right. Do you think that what happened with Final Fantasy, when it came to Fabula Nova Crystallis, actually that sting still is in place for the Final Fantasy series as of right now, possibly?
What do you mean? In like how this game
like how each game is developed, or why it's taking so long to get more installments in?
Oh,
You know, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, no, I think the problem is Square has this like fascination, especially with their mainline titles, of pushing the games to be looking too good, in my opinion.
Yeah, and at the same time, that's why that they take so long, is because of doing stuff like that, and at the same time, it does tend to slow down the progress of trying to get the games done, and there's a lot of delays that happen as a result because of them constantly pushing for that realism all the time, which doesn't really always need to happen. I mean, take a look at a game like
Not really.
Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Sometimes I feel that it's better to have art style than just making everything photorealistic.
No, I have always said this: art style over realism will always be better. Yes, Expedition 33 does still have like their characters are still more or less like realistic in some shapes, but like art style is the best you can use. Like you pick an art style and you go with that.
Right.
Square, because like when Square do other things, they let art styles speak for the game's like look. But when it comes to the Final Fantasy ones, it's always been that we need to push the game like graphical limitations to its fullest. We need to make these games look like like for them it's COD. The only difference is that COD, like Final Fantasy, Square doesn't use 17,000 people making a game every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
They have probably 1,000 or so people, but like they make it an RPG, which takes a lot longer. But the problem is also that I don't know how many times did they have to reset. Didn't they came out with like we scrapping the project and starting from zero twice for 16?
Maybe.
I think it was something like that.
I think so.
At least one time they came out and they said that they had to scrap the entire project.
Right.
I believe I remember something like that, which caused delays.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there was also COVID and all the other things that happened. But like I just but No, for me it's always been like art style. It's like I say, you want to read what you want. You guys want to know what my favorite art style is? If you guys know me, you already know it.
What's your favorite art style?
Cell shading.
Oh, yes.
Cell shading, in my opinion, is key because it just will still look good. Any game, I have been a fan of cell shading since Wind Waker. And it's usually the thing with cell shading is also very easy to upscale it to make it sharper for HD because you don't
Right.
have to do so much with it.
Uh-huh.
And which is why I'm glad that usually when they make game anime based games stuff like that, they're starting to use that to give it a better look.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck, I hate how Xenoverse 1 and 2 look. And why I'm so glad that, Dragon Ball 1000 or Xenoverse 3 is using cel shading. Like they get it. They understand. They're like Bandai finally understand. Like, oh, cel shading. Because it wouldn't look so fucking jarring that with Jump Force if they actually did that. Because like Jump Force with its realistic art style clashing, some worked, some others didn't.
Right.
Cough, cough, One Piece, cough, cough, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like some
True.
Some work, like Fist of the North Star because those characters had quote-unquote realistic proportions and all that, and what's the City Hunter? Some of them work because they were already relatively human proportions and all that, no style changes. But characters like Dragon Ball, One Piece, kind of Naruto and stuff like that, it just looks shit.
Come tomorrow. First, we need to throw a banquet in your honor. Servants, the pepper is here at last.
Because that's just how I always feel like. Either that or pixel stuff. Pixel also works.
Yeah, and another game I'm actually really surprised that actually worked well in HD when it was from PS2 to then brought to HD was Okami.
Oh yeah, because of the cel shading. Because it was exactly.
Very beautiful.
And which makes the games even better looking.
Yeah.
Because it was so much easier to just like upscale it without making it ugly.
Right.
It made the fucking game cover, and it also made colors more vibrant, especially when you make. And you can still like make dark games probably with it. You just need to try. But I just feel like if you want to make a game have a very long-lived look without having to worry about it looking shit just a couple of years after, cel shading is the way to go. Or a stylized choice, because then you don't have that issue, because then you can wave it off because it looks better in style. I remember when 15 came out, I was floored about how the game looked. It was like, wow, look how good this game looked. And then 2 years later, I went back and looked at the game and like, wow, I can see all the jagged edges.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it looked kind of bad because we had already better looking games now. I'm not saying it was bad, but it's just you could see. Like,
It became more noticeable in due time.
because you saw better quality because it had within 2 years graphics evolved again.
Uh-huh.
Like as much as how good games look, but like a good example, Crimson Desert looks fucking amazing. Give it a couple of years, give it like 5 or 6 years, it's gonna look kind of bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe nothing at all, because at this point, I think we're about to fucking hit. We're about to hit whatever peak we can get out of graphics.
And that's very interesting too that you bring that up, Alex, because whenever like a new game comes out and it's supposed to be like this big new revolution or like this big new hit that's going to hit with the masses for as long as time goes on. I mean, I was kind of the same way with a lot of the RPGs that I enjoyed, or a lot of the new games that I enjoyed growing up, like, say, Final Fantasy X or Kingdom Hearts. I really liked how well they looked for their time, but as more time passed, it's like, wow, I mean, even though the visuals still hold up really well, you could definitely see how they've aged with the, looking originally like a PS1, PS2, or even a GameCube game for that matter.
Yeah. But
Well, yes. Sora's pretty edgy, let's just say.
Yeah.
yeah. But I will say this: at least Kingdom Hearts still kind of looks like okay, because because it used its art style. It
Yeah.
used its art style to make its characters. Final Fantasy X still honestly looks impressive for what it is, because like it was it a launch title, or it came out like it was a launch window?
It was a launch window. Came out a year after the game, or after the system came out.
Yeah. So, and honestly, it still looks impressive. I still be surprised how the game looks, honestly, to this day when I look back at it.
Uh-huh.
But yes, you are correct, because I just feel like all the games with a style to it, or something that isn't leaning towards photorealism, would each always be better.
Do you think that's a problem with casual gamers? Is that they just
Yes. You don't-
take for granted what they see, and they just don't embrace like different art styles and all that?
Yes. The only game that seems to embrace people and are fine with it is Fortnite.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the only game, and honestly, that's the only thing I can give respect for, because like the game is almost a 10-year-old one, and they might have done some updates on models and all that, but it still looks pretty decent. If you look at probably Fortnite 1.0 to what it is now, yes, there will be some difference in shading and maybe something like that, but it will probably still look good because it's using an art style along with cell shading.
Uh-huh.
And it's because I see a lot of people just usually wave off a game because it doesn't look like whatever modern AAA games looks.
All right, we finally got our boat.
Hooray! So how much
Yes.
does the game open up now?
So it opened up a lot. We can pretty much travel anywhere we want to on the boat, and anywhere any patch of land that we can find, we could just sail up to it, and then we just get off from there. So it's not like you have to find a pier or anything like that.
Okay, so you're saying Final Fantasy logic,
Yeah.
at least some of the later ones. I remember one still needed like kind of like piers almost.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's not like in Terranigma, where when you get your boat, you still have to dock it at a pier in order to get off of it.
Yeah, that's a deep cut. Man, I was at one point very close to own my own copy of Terranigma.
I've been playing that game a lot recently.
I want to play it. I just haven't got around to really sit down and play it. One, because my only main gripe is the menu navigation.
Uh-huh.
There is none.
Yeah.
You have to jump into this like chest and then walk around to do menu stuff, and that's like it gives me fucking Fable 3 vibes.
Oh,
because Fable 3 did the same thing. You paused, you went into this like little like room where you walked around and did all your shit.
Fable.
But yeah, no, I was very close many years ago to own a copy. So this was around the time when we still had Game, the store chain.
Uh-huh.
And this was around the time also when they had started like taking in like retro consoles and games and selling them for like secondhand selling. And they had a display of a complete pack Terranigma and all that. The only issue was you had to go on like a site that was under game, like this stores, like, and you would have to bid it.
Oh, I see.
So it was just there to display, and then tell her like, "Oh, you want to get this? Go here and bid it for." And I was like, "Well, fuck," because I had the money. I could have bought it right there and there if it was allowed.
Really?
I would have owned a fucking completed copy of Terranigma. Sure, it was going to cost me like €300, but still, I have paid more for other games, I paid 350 euros for Suikoden 2 because it's a really rare copy in Europe.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever get 1 and 2 HD remaster?
And no, but I believe they are. I think I haven't gotten yet, but they are on my list.
Yeah. They're
I know my sister got them. She's a bigger Suikoden fan than I am. She was the first out of us two to actually beat 2, and we used to play that together a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a couple of many years ago, she was just like, "I'm gonna beat this game." And she spent like days on doing it and looking up during the duels, fights, and all that.
Do you plan on watching the Suikoden anime when it comes out?
I forgot that was the thing. Probably.
Since it's based on 2?
Oh shit, is it? Damn, I think my sister already knows that too, but I'll probably go tell her. Oh, then definitely, because 2 is my personal favorite.
And be gone from this place.
It's the one I had most playtime with, and I have most memories with.
Yes, that is how they treat all outsiders.
I still have not technically got past the Luca fight. Or Luca fight. The one where you basically pit the fight, you know, where you pit against 3 of your groups against him?
Oh, yes. Against Luca? Yeah.
Yeah. I still have not got past. I still have not. That was my hard stop.
You still haven't been able to get through it, even after all these years?
Nope.
Man.
Because I haven't played that far in years too.
Yes, I was just recalling this.
It's pretty far in. I mean, it's that like halfway point of the game, and it's pretty far. So I know I want to beat it one day and sit down and like, but like it's one of those like you'd have to be like, I'm sitting down, I'm gonna play this. And right now, there's so much other stuff like this going on that I'm like, because right now I have like 2 times a week I'm streaming something, which I'm gonna shout out later. What is it? 2 weeks from now we got Pragmata coming out.
Yes.
I'm so looking forward to that. There are other games in the backlog. Then I'm playing some like I'm playing Warframe in the back like. Occasionally, big event is coming up next week. I'm always like busy. But usually, since it is summer is usually RPG time for me, so I usually sit down and play something. So hopefully, if I catch another sale for Suikoden 1 and 2 HD, I will probably try to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I got it on Steam, and,
Oh, I will get it on Steam, definitely.
yeah. And that's the version I played it the most, and, yeah, had a pretty fun time with it.
Oh, new later autosave.
Oh, yeah, this game will autosave.
Oh, that's just thankful.
Or are you talking about Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster?
I'm just looking at some of the, like, added stuff they did for this game.
Oh, okay.
Battle fast forward. Oh, that would be nice. Cause
this is a game that the creator of Dragon Quest, Yuji Horii, said that if you play this and then immediately go through the entirety of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D remake after completing this game, you'll see a special ending where it actually connects all 3 games in its tail, basically. Because if you play the original, it just didn't seem... Even though they were connected, they didn't seem like they had, like, some... Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
a link?
Finishing link, yes.
I mean, isn't this one supposed to be, like, the first one out of the main 3, like, in timeline?
Timeline-wise, yes.
Because it's this, then there's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then all the other games are kind of like just standalones, or some of them are tied to...
Supposedly...
I don't know much about Dragon Quest.
Supposedly 4, 5, and 6 are connected to each other. Because of one thing only, but I won't delve that too deeply on what that connection is. But they are connected. Some people have... even though the creator said that they weren't connected, I think Square Enix made that confirmation that all 3 of them are 4, 5, and 6 are connected because of one element in their stories that is there at all times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think they're also making HD 2D HD remasters for the other ones?
For 4, 5, and 6 at least? Oh, definitely.
Is the one where you basically play through like your childhood to adulthood and all that? You get
That'd be 5. That'd be 5.
Ah.
Yeah, because that's the one where it has the monster collection aspect, where you can have monsters fight alongside you.
Ah, okay. Because I know I played one of them on the DS. Many years ago, like many years ago.
Yeah, Dragon Quest V. A lot of people in Japan say that it's their all-time favorite in the series because of that story.
I wouldn't say because also because it's replayability, right? Because depending on who you pick and choices, it does some changes to story, or
Maybe
or is it just like vaguely still kind of the same anyway?
vaguely kind of the same. I would say there are some enhancements to the story, but not that much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, in the original Dragon Quest V on the Super Famicom, you only had 2 women you could choose from to be, like, the hero's main partner to bear their children, but now it's up to 3 in the DS remake.
Okay, I always thought it was 3, because I know there's...
Thank Lord.
I know one of them. It's the blonde one with the braids. What's her name?
Bianca. Yep.
That's the only one I know, but I know there was like 2 others. Quest 5.
Then there was that, I think it was a blue-haired girl who was supposed to be the daughter of a mayor.
Heavenly Bride, is that the one? Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Nera, Bianca, and Deborah.
Yeah. Deborah, I don't know that much about, but,
I'm assuming she was the added one?
yeah, I think she was. Did you ever see Dragon Quest Your Story on Netflix?
No.
Well, good, because even though when you watch it at face value for what it is at first, you may think to yourself, "Oh, this is a nice abridged retelling of Dragon Quest V," but when you get to near the end of the movie, you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh, is it that bad?
Well, no. Well, what they reveal about the game or about the movie at the end, yes, it is very bad. If you don't mind me spoiling, I could tell you, but if not, then I could
You
just...
can spoil. I'm not on my high priority to watch list.
Even though it follows the storyline of the game closely, it's actually a VR experience for this boy in Tokyo.
No.
Okay. Oh, they pulled one of those like it was like...
It was all a game.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah,
Didn't
wah.
they do that in one of the Star Ocean games where it turns out the entire was just like a game 2 kids were playing? I know a Star Ocean game had that because I looked that up many years ago. Star Ocean. Oh, Star Ocean. Okay, Star Ocean till the end of time.
Oh, right, because basically...
It was all a simulation.
Yeah, it was all simulation, and I guess you could say the characters thought that they were dead from existence, but they actually were not. So it's basically a huge giant cock tease.
In the end of the game, it's revealed that the entire universe of the characters are living in, and by extension, the events of Star Ocean 1 and 2 takes place within a massive advanced simulation called Eternal Sphere.
Yes.
The villains, the antagonists, are 4D beings created from the real world who consider the inhabitants of the simulation as... Damn!
Yeah, it's that bad.
Wow. Oh, hey, I mean, that kind of like was the same thing for Danganronpa V3.
Oh, the third game?
Yeah. But it didn't... But... So, for anyone that has not watched Danganronpa or played them, so the first 2 games are good. the third one was good up until it's revealed that it is actually a a TV show. Because the first two games were so popular, eventually it became because in that universe, Danganronpa 1 and 2 are actually just games. But so Japan, in a way to like stave off crimes, they kind of did their own version of a purge, where people actively sign up to be part of this, to become where they do an audition, they tell you like, oh, this is how the killer should die. If they become the killer, and then they get selected, and then they go through this deep mind fuck where they basically rewrite their personalities, and they believe that they are student of ultimate whatever the is, and people like watch them as this event unfold. And at the end of the game, they tell you like, what does the V in Danganronpa V5 stand for? It's the 53rd season of this.
Woof.
Yeah, when that kind of got dropped on me, I was just like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, I could see where fans would actually get real pissed off about that.
I was mad because I really enjoyed 1 and 2. And when 3 got announced, I was just... Because I believe when 3 got announced, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to sit down and play those games. And I did. And I really liked it. Because the main thing I liked about Danganronpa, both 1 and 2, was that I could not guess where it was going. Because at that point, you know how we all get, at some point, we can more or less figure out where plot points are going, who's going to be the traitor, where they're going to fuck up, or something like that, or the basic of, we have been exposed to so much media, we more or less know the beats.
Right.
Yeah, Danganronpa threw me constantly out for threw me for a loop. I was like, oh, it's going this way, I believe it's this guy, dead. I think this is, I think I know where we're going, and so it's like, no, it's not. And I was constantly like, wow, this is actually very interesting. I'm both intrigued and surprised that I'm guessing wrong where it's going. Like, I don't know if you guys have played any games that got to that where you thought you knew where the plot was going, but it turns out, nope, it went another way.
I haven't really spent that much time with Danganronpa. I know I need to, since I really do enjoy the Ace Attorney games, which, Danganronpa borrows heavily from in terms of its gameplay. But
I mean, my favorite is the debate portions of the game, so... Yeah. Yeah, but just like if there are other games you guys have played throughout your years that where you thought you knew where the plot was going, but it threw you guys for a loop.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, to be honest.
Yeah, because honestly, they don't do that. A lot of games rarely do things like, if it is, it's usually like a psychological like story or something like that. But it's usually just like, it was always in the character's head. It's like, Silent Hill. You thought you knew about like the monsters, but it's only what you think it is. In Silent Hill 3, it turns out that, whatever the fuck that's going on in Silent Hill, it kind of manifested what it wants you. It makes you believe what you see, or and as one character talks to another, he's just like, "Oh, I've been surrounding all these monsters around here." And he's like, "Monsters? You think those who killed are monsters?" And it's very implemented. Only she sees the people, like the things you've been killing are monsters, when it might be be actual humans.
Ooh.
But that's a psychological horror, and usually they tend to throw loops in you. But I'm talking because this was kind of psychological game, but it still had. It was more like a visual novel with like a very interesting premise.
And they
got me into it.
Didn't they do that for Metal Gear Rising when it came to, what was it, Chapter 3 or 4? When Raiden was trying to get to that big, huge building, but then all of a sudden it was either Jetstream Sam or Monsoon who was tormenting him about the soldiers he was cutting up were actually real life humans before they became, cyborgs.
So what he did was that he made Raiden able to hear their thoughts because so what the nanomachines have done, and this was explained already in 4, is that it suppresses their fears. It suppresses the anxiety you feel from taking a life and all that. But what Sam made Raiden hear was their actual thoughts. Like, even though they looked like, you're weak, I'm gonna beat you up. He could hear their fears, be like, I don't want to die, I don't want to get cut up, I got a wife and family waiting on me at home, even if they do survive, because it's the classical, as long as you don't take off the head, you can be repaired, because the brain is still there,
right?
So it can still be saved. They still don't want to get cut up because it still hurts like a motherfucker. But it was something similar to that, where because he had just been cutting up people that he was just assuming they were willing to do this. When they kind of aren't, but at the same time, because of the nanomachines, it stops them from feeling that fear, even though they think of that fear. So yes. You are correct. You are correct in your assumption on some level.
Yeah. All right. So basically, right now I'm trying. This is another element that was in Dragon Quest XI, but which actually originated in this game, is finding 6 different colored orbs that will help you get access to, I guess you could say, the main villain of Act 1, pretty much. So this is where the whole fetch quest aspect comes into full swing. Because, Dragon Quest games, they do tend to be fetch quest heavy.
Oh, yeah. Go to this point, get this thing for me. I mean, this was very par for the norm in RPGs at this time.
Yeah.
I mean, even Final Fantasy 1 was that, go here. Now go here. Okay, now we got a boat. Figure out where the fuck you need to go.
Yeah, not only that, you're stuck within this set of water, as you can't even get into the ocean because you don't even have the TNT yet.
Yeah. I mean, especially Final Fantasy was the whole... When you get the boat, it's just okay, where do you go now? Yes. Alright, I'm here. Now let's start people. Okay, so this one elf is kind of dying. You need to find the sword, some magic water. Okay, where do I go? Guess again, loser.
Oh, by the way, God, oh shit, what was the name of the, what was the name of the witch? Matoya. Oh, she lost her eye. You gotta get it back from the Dark Elf, or else she won't be able to, use it to, make this item for you. Yeah.
Where's that Dark Elf? Guess. But that was, at least within the later games, because even 2 didn't have that much of a guess issue. It was just trying to remember where the fuck you needed to go.
Right.
And then of course they had the RP, the fucking level up system. I still don't. I know they wanted to experiment because it was we want you to feel like you're actually leveling up something you use, but at least they fixed that for the Pixel remaster.
Oh yeah.
We'll say that they did fix that issue, but because I tried to give that game a go, and I played maybe 6 or 8 hours of it, and then I kind of just you know what? Nah, I'm done. This is boring. I went and played, and then I jumped to 3 instead. Oh my god, I had actually fun with 3. First time I had fun with Final Fantasy 3.
The real Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah, of course. When I say 3, we're not. I'm not talking old school 3 for the NES. I'm talking 3 for the NES.
Yeah.
None of this is SNES 3. That's one. No. We're not doing that anymore. We know what the 3s and 9s and 6Rs and We don't have to worry anymore.
Exactly.
No scare.
I recompleted 4 at some point. I know I did that.
And you said
5,
and you said that 4 is your all-time favorite.
it's up there. It's always interchanged between 4, 5, and 9 of like who my all-time favorite is.
It's basically the debate that Jerry and I have. You know, when it comes to Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario World, which is the best one, and we both agree and say it depends on the day or the week.
Yeah. It's kind of like what your mood is at that question when you ask me that question. Because I could agree to that too. Like trying to figure like if 3 or World is, which one is best there? Because they both are really really good.
Yeah.
No, wait. I have the answer. I actually have the. It's the All-Star with World plus World collection.
Oh yes, where you have all those games in one. Oh man, that rarity.
Yeah, but it's like that's that makes it both of them because then you say it's All-Star plus World version because it comes with those two. But yeah, no, 4 was for the longest my personal favorite. I thought it was like a good game. I really enjoyed the characters and all that. It was also the first Final Fantasy game I fully completed. 5 I enjoyed, but 5 took a time for me to enjoy. It wasn't until many years later we were like, oh, I like the class system.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I felt. I mean, when I played that game for the Final Fantasy retrospective that I did, I never beaten 5 up until that point when I had to play through the entire game, so that way I get a feel for it. And I kind of had that same opinion as you said about trying to adjust to the nuances and stuff, especially when it came to the job class system that it did.
Yeah, because it kind of changed a bit, because it changed a lot of what was established by 3.
Right.
3, I've seen people mention that 3 felt more like classes were more like solution to puzzles. When you were giving new jobs, you had to think of okay, what am I fighting? Okay, so you have to use these classes. While in 5, it was more kind of mix and match. It was roughly better balanced until you figure out that some classes had skills that just make the game. You can break the game fucking on its back. Was it 4 times attack, and then combine that with some other skills, and just alchemy was busted if you knew the combination. But I still enjoyed 5. And this is gonna be a hot take, controversial opinion. I'm not a big fan of 6.
I mean, hey, we all got our ones that we like and dislike.
Yeah, it's just usually my reason, because I know a lot of people love to talk about Final Fantasy 6 is out of when you see people debating on best Final Fantasy game, it's always 6 or 7. And for me, it's always going to be neither. 7 was good, 6 is good, but I just do not like Final Fantasy 6. I don't feel people will be it's the villain that won. Not real. Yes and no, but I don't know. It's something about 6. I feel like I had too many characters. And then it still boils down to 2 characters anyway.
I know a lot of people. It's just. I know a lot of fans are going to look at you and be like, "What? He thinks 6 is overrated?" Well, yes, 6 is kind of overrated when you think about it. But we're not saying it's a bad game, mind you. But
I didn't say it was bad. But for me, I feel like it's overrated.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, sitting down playing either Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 7, I'd rather play Final Fantasy 7.
Fair enough.
How long, I wonder,
But if I had to pick like any because like I have a favorite out of each trilogies because in the original, if you go with the first three in the trilogies,
3.
it's gonna be Final Fantasy 1. Even though with my issues, I still like Final Fantasy 1.
Oh, fair enough.
Still,
Then of course it's gonna be 4 for the second trilogy, 9, and then 10.
Sacrificing girls. Orochi's awful demand.
I tried to get into 12 and enjoy it, but I did not like its MMO like combat system aspects.
Yeah, that one had a bit of a learning curve to it.
The swordsmith's wife.
Although
Also-
I will say the Zodiac Age, it does try to fix up some of those things a little bit better, but still, you could still feel that the original's influence is still there somewhat in the gameplay.
The fiend is starving.
Also, I'm not a big.
Kimiko too.
Also, Vaughn, where the fuck his name was,
Yeah,
it's so obvious he was written in as like we needed a male protagonist. Because he does so he you could take him out of the equation and nothing. You could remove him from the game and nothing would change. You could just like give others things he did to other characters that was already there. Because like I still remember this. What was her name? Ashley?
Ashlea.
she must leave.
Ashlea. She was supposed to be the main character. Like she
Yep.
was supposed to play from her perspective. But at some point, someone came in and be like, "No, we need a male character," and then how we got Vaughn.
Was it supposed to be Ashley supposed to be the main protagonist, or was that supposed to
It was
be
either-
Bosch von Ronsenberg? Because from
Bosch.
what...
Like, it was either one of those two. It was. I think it was Bosch. Now that I mentioned, yes. But it was like he's too old, so we need a younger character to. And then we got Bosch, and he was just kind of like, because like he's just there most of the time. He doesn't do much.
Right.
It's kind of like Titus, but like the thing is that Titus was meant to be like outside looking in. Which is why for the longest of the story, he's usually standing by the group up until he becomes an official guardian.
Yep.
And then he becomes part of the group, but that's because he was meant to be that role. Because he's the surrogate of the player. Of learning about this new world and all that. Vaughn still doesn't really do much.
Right. And it's not until Revenant Wings when you actually do get to see his character development take priority, but...
Yeah, but who many fucking played that DS game?
I mean, I had to.
Yeah, but who many? I mean,
yeah,
who many played that one?
fair enough.
What you have not seen cannot do you any harm. Unsee me, I beg. Farewell to home. Last glimpse of hearth.
What are you
and
doing right
mother.
now? Where's the
Give
story
me
taking
this
you right
at
now?
least.
Well, story can literally take me anywhere. Currently, like I said, it's just finding those 6 orbs before we can go fight Baramos or whatever to progress more of the story. So basically, we're in the fetch quest portion right now in the story.
Ah, okay.
You are
Yeah.
not local. Traveler, please spare my life. Tell no one of me.
But we're inside this
Thank
we're
you
inside this
so much.
town that bears a striking
swear I will
resemblance
not
to that of
forget
like
your
ancient
sweet
Japan.
compassion.
It's called Jipang.
I
Oh,
am indeed
subtle.
her.
Yeah, because if you take a look at the world map for Dragon Quest III, the world in which the hero originates from, it actually bears a strong resemblance to that of our world when it comes to like the continents and all that.
But then I noticed my bindings were loose. Freedom had knocked on my door. That was how I fled. The fiend
And the thing is, when we're inside the town of Jipang, there was another town that was like that in Dragon Quest XI, where the inhabitants in that town, they all spoke in haiku.
It was years ago.
Oh god.
The beast was found in a cave to the east of here.
There is another game that did the same thing.
Oh,
That would be annoying quick.
Orochi
I
Yeah,
bet.
it was. There is another game that actually does that. It's Spyro Year of the Dragon. There's an entire world.
Oh,
No one could resist.
There's an entire
Therefore we do as
world
she
you visit
says.
that all of the characters speak in
Years
haiku.
across.
that's funny.
Our our ruler such is she needs to sacrifice me to protect Japan.
So yeah, I remember that.
Because of you, that you found me.
It's like my
She
least favorite
raged.
thing is like
Flee
anything
while you
else that
still
speaks
can.
in rhymes, because like it just I don't like it. I think it's
Hands the
annoying.
monsters there.
Well,
read
here's the thing though about haiku is that it necessarily doesn't end with rhymes. It's
Oh
just
no, I know
basically
that, but I just said like I know how haiku works, but it's just like I also don't, as I said, I just don't like all the things that using rhymes.
yeah.
Because usually it's very forced dialogues because it needs to fit with something.
Well, here's another race of characters that you probably might find annoying in this game. Mermaids. They actually speak in rhyme.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
God damn.
Yeah, that not only are they in this game, but they're in a lot of the other games in the series too. It's basically one of the staples in the series, I guess you could say. Okay, so basically, in order to save this, we need to go slay Orochi in a cave east of this place.
Fun.
Yeah, you can definitely see that it still has some of that
Who are you?
Japanese mythology influence as well when it comes to this
Speak not
when it comes to this town's like foreign background, I guess you could say.
I see now what you are. Visitors from a foreign land. Know that outlanders are not welcome within Jipang's borders. And that will not change anytime soon. Begone! I will not trade words with barbarians.
Ah, you can see that Jipang is xenophobic.
I wonder what they mean by that.
Calling us barbarians, how dare they?
Okay, let's go kick their asses.
But if you ever saw a show like Shogun, couldn't you say that the opposite about the people of Japan back during that time? Because they would commit seppuku or slay their own in case if it was necessary. Wouldn't you consider them to be barbaric in that sense?
Probably. But they don't want to talk about that themselves.
I guess. Alright, so we're in Orochi's lair. Don't worry, Orochimaru's not here, nor is Yamato no Orochi from Okami, but there is I think there's an 8-headed serpent called Orochi that is the boss of this lair. And hey, look what we're fighting. Some metal slimes.
Oh, more of them.
Yep. Although
The pesky little rare buggers.
yeah, although I imagine I'm not going to be able to kill one. I'll shit bricks if I do.
It would surprise me, but hey, weirder stuff's happened, so.
You're right. Because you know how fast these things will run away. They make it impossible where you can't even kill all of them.
They have super high defense and all that, right?
Super high defense, they have high speed. They have high everything. They are literally high. High off their high horse. Oh, hey, I did get one. And I got another one.
So bricks shall be shit.
Yay!
Can I...
Hey, good job.
Ah, shit. Got it. Ooh, I crit it. If you crit it, that's an insta-kill. 3,105 experience points after defeating 3 metal slimes. That is not bad. I'm proud of myself. But yeah, it's like, whenever you see metal slimes, it's like, it's a jump for joy that you try your best to, you know, take them down. But truth be told, you may want to keep your expectations low when trying to do that, because half the time they'll just end up running away. Either way, you know?
Yeah. I get what you mean.
But when it comes to the later Dragon Quest games, there are lots of variations of metal slimes, and trying to defeat like the Metal King slimes, it's like, oh, I truly want to go for that because they will give you millions of experience points if you do that. And I think that pretty much became like a main motivation for a lot of people when it came to Dragon Quest XI. When you go through like the third act or whatever to try and defeat the true main villain of the game. Which, you know, that's another staple I guess we should talk about. Dragon Quest games, they've been noteworthy with having characters who are considered to be like the primary villain, but after you like defeat them, it all just ends up becoming like a huge cock tease or or something of that nature where they're like, nah, that's not the main villain. We have somebody else who's deadlier. So you have to go after them in order to complete the game. Have you ever played through a game series where it was sort of like that, where you thought you were fighting the main villain, but then all of a sudden the game just hoodwinked you and letting you know that there's a more deadlier evil that you have to vanquish?
Oh. God. Yeah, I just remember. Well, there is the good old trope of hijacked by Ganon. Many times A Link Between Worlds, you thought there was this one character, but then just at the end of the game, it's surprise, it's Ganon.
Yep, even though he does fuse with Yuga to become Yuga Ganon. But yeah, as you said, it's still Ganon either way. I mean, probably
by any other name.
Maybe Four Swords Adventures, because you thought you were going up against Vati the entire time until you realized that you actually go up against Ganon at the very end.
There's also Twilight Princess. You thought it was
Zant
the entire time, and then it turns out like no, it was Ganondorf that's been whispering fucking sweet nothings to him, and then he just pops in at the last hour of the game and is like, I am the final boss, fight me in my pig form.
I guess you could say almost every like classic Mega Man game, but then again, when you play every Mega Man game, you know that Dr. Wily's gonna be like the main final villain regardless, because you've seen that trope over and over and over again.
Well, yeah, I mean that started with 4 and onwards, because like the first 3 games, it was like Wily was the final boss for all of them.
Right.
But because then in 4, you thought it was Crossack, but then it turns out like, no, Wily has my daughter, he forced me to do this. Okay, cool. 5, you thought it was Proto Man. Surprise, it was Wily just creating a copy Proto Man. In 6, I mean, there was just Wily from the get-go, but it was just like, it's me,
it's noticeable.
I'm holding a tournament. What? You say I look like this very handsome, mustachioed-looking man that is, like, insane? Nah. What'd you say, Mega Man? Just go fight the tournament. Aw, surprise, it's me. It was me all along. I fooled you, right? And then, 7, 8, 9, and all the other games has just been him every time.
Yeah, they just reverted back to, like, 1, 2, and 3. And they weren't even trying to sugarcoat it or anything like that.
Yeah. Sigma only did that in
X2, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
Well, 4 and 6 was good, because like we already knew was Sigma in the first one, second one, and third one. Well, so in the first one we knew. The second one it was hinted at because like then he just shows up.
Right.
Third one, it was like turns out like okay, yeah, he had control. He had forced the doctor to make a body, which he did.
Right.
Fourth, he was the one pulling the strings for the rebel force and all that to happen. 5, we already knew, and then 6, it was not revealed it was him until the end, but after you fought Gate.
Right. Ugh.
7, it was the same because you didn't know it was him until the end of after you beat Red.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 8, it was the same deal there until. Although no, I think because they're just using him. I don't remember the end of this. It's X8. Honestly, it's been a while since I played it.
But that's when you learn that he wasn't really the main villain at all in that game. But even though you do primarily fight against him in X8 throughout a majority, but then, like, after you defeat his final form, it's just like, you know, if you're playing on normal or hard difficulty, you realize, nope, he's not the main one who you have... Oh,
yeah, because it's Luminen or... Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That was a reverse one. That was like a reverse unhijacked...
Yeah, exactly.
Then you have the Zero games, because like, that was just...
You thought it was Neo Arcadia, but then you realize it was Dr. Weil.
Yeah, but it was like the first one was no one got hijacked. It was just X, but yeah.
Yeah, and then
Bird Network was kind of similar because it turns out that the first two, like, so he was there in the second one, but never showed, and then he showed up in the third one. And then in the 4th and 5th game, he was kind of there in the background because it turns out that the villain there was just the son of his. And then the 6th game, he was just there again. I don't remember much about Star Force, but I remember that didn't get much hijacking.
Now, I never played any of the Star Force games. Are they kind of like the Battle Network games, or do they run a bit differently?
Okay, the best way to put it is they are the Battle Network games, but in 3D and from, like, behind.
So...
is the best way to put it.
Yeah. So you played the Battle Network games, right? You know how the counts...
It's like a side view, whereas this time it's like a back view.
Right,
Yeah.
but I know that, but I'm talking about, like, the story and all that.
Oh yeah, it's 100 years after Battle Network 6.
Well, I'm talking about, like, you know, because you know that Dr. Wily was, like, the main villain in a few of the Battle Network games.
Yeah.
But does he, like, return in the Star Force games? No?
No, like, he's around for the first one, he gets vanquished, and then, well, let's just say, people keep trying to take up his mantle. Or things keep trying to.
Oh. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I can't, because I only was able to play 2 games, because we never got the 3rd one.
Uh-huh.
Here in Europe. So I never got to play Black Ace or Red Joker. And when I was able to, I was just like kind of like not in the mood to play them. When I, emulators and all that. But now I have an excuse because what I'm doing. But yeah, no, I think because of how the games were set up, there weren't really a recurring villain that kept popping up. And
No. Yeah, like there was some new world-ending threat, popping up each game, essentially.
Yeah. Mostly FMians. Stupid name for a race. Also, I just think it's stupid that it went from, like, the way they had communication to, like, now we're using radio waves. It's like, are we just not going... Are we going kind of backwards in our...
I mean, kind of, but whatever. And my favorite part is so since Star Force is like 100 years after Battle Network, they show you that Navis are like still around in the first game, but now they're essentially like utility workers and just like made to do shit jobs. Since the EMs got everything else, and then they're extinct by Star Force 2.
Yeah, you barely see them.
They did. They basically go extinct between 1 and 2 because they just vanish.
Well, anyway, here's Orochi.
That's not my Orochi. Hashtag not my Orochi.
Wait a minute, this is not KOF.
Yeah, I know, right? We've been hoodwinked.
Oh, so there is one where like the villain isn't who you think it is until like the end, and it kind of got like. So in Bravely Default.
Uh-huh.
You technically travel with the villain the entire time.
You're talking about Aerie, the familiar, right?
Yes. Throughout the game, as you play and keep like, if you do properly, you like you turn off the game and all that. As you keep moving forward, eventually hints will show up like in the title screen and all that. But it's because in the beginning you wouldn't think about it because you've just been told like you need to awaken the crystals and because the world is in danger, and then you'd be like towards the end you're like, this is kind of getting weird. Why are we doing this? And the only issue with Bravely Default is that the game doesn't fully tell you that you should be doing this loop a couple of times. But there are hints that you're doing something right and wrong at the same time. Because if you want to get the true ending, you have to keep doing this 4 times in a row.
Oh, okay.
Where you go to the same 4 locations. The thing is that, so it turns out after the final, you do the final loop, the little fairy companion turns out like, I was just summoned minion for my master, Ouroboros the World Eater. And I have been fooling you guys to basically shattering like world dimensions because he'd been sleeping in a very deep sleep, covered in like hundreds of layers, and every time they resurrect the crystals and jumped into this hole, they would get closer and closer to the core. And he's just been playing us all for fools. And that was kind of like a surprise. Because it wasn't fully hinted that there was something issue, but some of the characters, your part was just like, is this really the correct way to go? Maybe we should do something else.
Your silence will buy your
But you have to do it. But honestly, that's what I can think of in the top of my head where they
This is what you have
changed.
decided. Very
I know other games. It's very common in RPGs, I feel like. It's one villain, but it turns out there's a villain behind the villain.
Uh-huh.
Final Fantasy IV kind of did that. We thought it was Goldbest, but it turns out oh no, he was brainwashed.
Oh, yeah.
By the other, it was not Goldbest, it was the Void, or whatever the fuck that was.
Zeramus.
Yeah, Ceremus. It was him all along. Think. What else? Weirdly enough, Final Fantasy 1 kind of did too. It was Golbez, we thought, but there was the 4 Fiends. But then it turns out it was Golbez all along.
You mean Garland?
Garland? Yeah, Garland. But it was Garland, but now the 4 Fiends. No, it turns out it is Garland, but 1,000 years had passed.
Yeah, and he became the Chaos.
Yeah, but back then that kind of stuff was a lot more novel than today. Whereas it's this random nobody we killed in the first minute, first hour of the game.
Right.
Well, he wasn't a random nobody. It's but the first boss is actually the final boss. Ah, shit. Well done.
I don't think there's any game that's done that. The first boss turns out to be the final boss.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of funny because it's the kind of game that did Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy 1 that kind of started that whole trend. Started that whole there might be a final boss behind the final boss. I'm trying to think. I know this other. Let's see. Because 4 did that. 5 was all the way through. 7 there was Sephiroth behind the scenes constantly, aka or something like that.
Same thing with
9?
Ultimecia, but you never really did figure that out until about the 3rd disc.
9 kind of that too, because at first it was, man, what was the story? The story kind of was kind of late, and then Kuja showed up, and then about stopping him. But then you fought the one that created both Kuja and
that Garland.
10 kind of did that too, because after Sin it was just but the real villain was technically Yuna all along. Because of Sin being actually a summon by
Yes.
her.
Yep, and then there was you, Yevon, inside of Sin.
Yeah, which was like tied to that. I don't know if 12 did something similar, but it like the final boss turned out to be not final boss.
Uh-huh.
13 kind of did that. 15 kind of did that. You know, you thought you had the villain, but then it turns out the villain was like some dude who lived forever. Because he pulled all the strings in the back.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about, oh, God.
The dude
Arden.
in the hat. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Arden Azunia, yeah.
Yeah, and there was just like a revenge plot.
Mm-hmm. Where he didn't really care who he used, he just made sure he tried to get his job done.
I'm the rightful ruler of this land. You are nothing but an insignificant...
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of completely different, but still within our usual realm, you guys heard that Nintendo's summoning pattern got rejected? Like, full on?
Oh yeah, trying
whole,
to
like-
yeah, they were trying to patent like the gameplay mechanics of summoning smaller creatures to fight for you.
Oh,
Basically
yeah.
trying to shut close any Pokemon likes and guys like Power World, but yeah, they got rebuked. So
Yeah,
wah,
so
wah.
Wah, wah,
and that's good
wah.
for the future, because then any game with creature catching, they don't have to...
Yeah, you don't have to
step.
cut a check to the big end.
Right.
So that actually is nice. I saw some people that came out like this week, or so that people said like, then Palworld should immediately go back to its capturing mechanic. Bring that back because they had to remove that during the whole legal process.
Yeah. Anyway, we finally saved G-Pong from its misery of Orochi. So, looks like they'll finally open up to us now for saving their hides. But too bad we don't save them from speaking in haiku, unfortunately.
You've had quite the
Unfortunately not.
haven't you?
Oh, apparently Capcom shadow dropped more of their old PS1 games on Steam.
Yep, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and Breath of Fire 4.
And take them to
Woo.
the shrine of the Everbird. No,
Yeah.
I will be ever praying.
I just need to make a better version of RE4 for PC, and we're solid.
Yeah, honestly they do.
Yes.
And not to mention, the fact that the versions they
Veronica.
threw on Steam have Enigma DRM on them doesn't help.
Woof.
Eh.
Well, that's just
I mean-
Capcom.
It's just ludicrous. Like, we're putting out a game from like 1998, and it needs friggin' modern DRM on it because reasons.
I don't even know what the fucking that DRM does.
Just make sure you're not pirating the game you're playing.
Well, at least Star Force is just de novo, which is just a resource hog instead.
Ain't that a bitch?
But yeah, they're still. I mean, they're still playable. So, but it's still kind of shitty that they had to still add DRM to fucking go old games.
Yeah.
They did that for Dino Crisis too, which I took anyway because I do want to play them.
Play them on PC and download their Rebirth mods, and then you get them upscaled to proper HD.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And not only that, but you can also play them with X input support for your controller.
On
Okay.
So that's some. Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say. So yeah, we got through. I mean, we got 2 out of the 6 orbs now, and we're still missing some things in order to try and get one of the other herbs. So let's see what other place we can go to at this time to see where we can actually easily get one. There's one that's just west of the continent where we first started, so I guess we're gonna travel to Aliahan first, and then we'll just go westward. Anyway, go ahead and finish your thought, Alex, what you were trying to talk about.
What was I going to talk about? Oh, I do like that Capcom has been doing something. I feel like some companies kind of neglect when they do PC ports,
Uh-huh.
and it took a while for Capcom to do that too. It's an option to decide what kind of face button you want for the game to register.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, when I booted up, like, so games like DMC5, Battle Network Legacy Collection, all that do not give me an option to have PlayStation face buttons
Oh, yeah.
on PC. So like on DMC5, I have to mod my my DMC5 copy to have PlayStation button prompts, because
Oh, yes.
otherwise I get confused, especially with some of the when it tells me to do a combo.
Yeah.
But what they have been doing for the last couple of game releases, I've noticed, is that they now PC versions, they will give you an option to change which controller face option you want.
Yeah, that, or they'll just automatically detect which type of controller you're using, and then they'll just give you those face buttons by default, you know?
Yeah. I know they did that for RE and Pragmata. They did the Pragmata did that. Legacy Collection did not. It just automatically assumed Xbox controller, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
could go and change, which helped a lot, because I was like ready, like, oh god, I'm gonna have to play through this entire game with Xbox controller like inputs.
Yeah, that
Not
sucks.
make me happy.
Oh, I bet.
But then I found it. Turns out, like, no, I was wrong. I just missed it. So, what else are you guys looking forward to this year?
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Oh yeah, I know you and Jerry are really looking forward to that.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I've never played any of the Onimusha games outside the third one with the French guy.
Yeah, with Jean Reno as Jacques.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only one I played.
that's a fun one. And I really hope that's the next one that they'll remaster after they release Way of the Sword, because I think our friend Wheels actually said something where the guy who voiced him voiced Jacques in French, Jean Reno, said that he would be willing to come back and record any new lines of dialogue for the character if a remaster were to take effect. And honestly,
I remember that.
I think that's pretty cool.
It's the same thing of like the Resident Evil games, because like, so the pattern you could have noticed is that the games that they remade was specifically Leon games. Because RE9 seemed to like tied up his story.
Right.
And we're gonna shift over to Chris, which means we need to get some remasters for, like, I'm assuming Resident Evil 1, 5, at least 1 and 5. And it's kind of funny because Chris's voice actor, Roger Craig, is right. That's,
Roger Craig Smith, yes.
He said in an interview, like, I don't think we could make remake RE5 in this day and age. It's like he was just like, because of the places where the game takes place.
Oh yeah, Africa. Even though it's a fictional place in Africa, but still, I can see where he would be kind of concerned about that.
But here's the kicker. The voice actor for now dropped her name, Sheva.
Oh yeah.
She said, she would love if they did one.
That's interesting.
No, just like she doesn't see like from her. It's like there is no problem. Like it's just because it's a game. Like it's just a game.
Right.
And she's just like because she would love to. Go back and watch Sheva again, and I feel like it does deserve a remake. I do hope they do keep the co-op aspect of it because honestly, RE5 co-op is really fun when you have a friend to play with. I recently last month I played with a friend, through the entire campaign together, and we had really fun.
I do need
We were talking about.
I really do need to go back and play RE5 again.
We were talking about playing RE6, and that one is shit, but it's so much fun with a friend because then.
Right.
What? I looked up through the list there. What else is coming out? Let's see. Pragmata. We already know.
We can't go to this place yet because we don't have the ultimate key in our possession that will unlock all doors. So can't really do anything here yet.
Let's see. What else is there? Oh, it tells of a Riz Beyond Dawn edition coming out to Japan. Whatever that one's coming for us. I'm assuming it's all the DLC one. Oh yeah, I forgot the Lego Batman Legacy, Dark Knight.
Yes.
It's in May. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I know our pal Sound is probably looking forward for May 27th. That's when 007 First Light comes out.
Yes.
Let's see, what else? Right, R-Type Dimension.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 comes out in August.
Oh, right. Yeah. Damn, I totally forgot about that.
And it can't come soon enough.
I know, right?
I gotta play me some 4 and some Ghost Babel.
I gotta go watch,
and I guess
MGS4.
Peace Walker again.
I have to, prepare some popcorn to watch MGS4.
Oh, yeah. Because, let's face it, we all want to see Johnny take a shit inside of that trash can now, don't we?
Totally. Oh yeah, August also Beast on Reincarnation. Forgot about that. The Game Freak game. Collection is there.
What's that one game that's that has those female characters? There's like something of Annihilation or something like that.
Tyson Annihilation?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's
That one also piqued my interest.
oh shit, it's this April.
Oh wow.
It's on the 22nd, so it's like 2.5 weeks from now.
Damn.
Yeah, so hopefully I have enough time to beat Pragmata before this one gets released. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Huh, apparently it's not been announced. Or like it doesn't have a release date. Hang on, let me double check. Okay, no, it was another one that had a similar title. Nope, it's not that one. Still has no release date. Maybe something during end of the big shows that's about to hit up soon. What's the upcoming ones? We usually have Summer Game Fest, but that's all until like August.
Summer Games Fest is in June, but it's Gamescom that's in August.
Okay, yeah. And then let's see, annual Game Fest in June, Gamescom, and then it's Nordic Games. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of these kind of things. Let's see. London Game Fest starts BAFTA Games Awards. Not that was a thing. Oh, there's Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
That's in April. Who the fuck wants with that? PAX West is in June, and then that's weird. It says it goes from PAX West June 4th to September 7th.
Huh.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Summer Game Fest, I guess it's the big thing in June 5th. And it's a Friday. But of course.
Yeah, I think I took off work around that time so that way I could watch it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tokyo Game Show, but that's not until September. And then, of course, towards the end of the year, it's going to be all everyone's favorite time, right? Everyone, the Video Game Awards. We love that one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything else inside this town, so I think the next place where it's telling us to go is back to that one castle where that guard was being an ass and guarding our passage. And so...
Hey, yeah, we got to go back kick his ass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
was
or
gatekeeping.
do the thing that makes him get out of the way, but realistically, we would kick his ass.
Yeah.
We just got to trigger the flag to get his ass to move.
Well, we do have the Fading Jenny, so that way we can actually bypass him to get inside the place.
Ah, nice.
Yes. So let's use it and bypass him. There we go. Now we can take a look inside this lovely abode and see what all we could find. But it should wear off to where we can actually just wander around this castle for all we want. Okay. Adina is home to a puzzling predicament that requires you to move boulders into 3 special tiles found on the floor. But beware, if you accidentally push the rock into the water, it will sink like a stone. Though there's no need to lose hope. A simple push of L2 will move everything back to how it was before you arrived. Okay. Ah, it's one of these puzzles.
Some box puzzle. Shoving it into...
Yep. It's just basically, yeah. Yeah, it's basically one of these thingamajiggies. Although I think I might have screwed myself out of this. No. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so think about this a little bit more methodically now. Yeah, I guess in order to get the passageway to where we need to get the next orbit, or whatever the next item could be, just gotta figure out a way on how to push these in the right direction. Just don't know what, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I think I figured out the solution to this. Famous last words. Okay, yeah, here we go.
See.
Yeah. If we were playing Portal, we probably would say, now we're thinking of portals. Or now we're thinking with
Now you're
portals.
playing with powder. Oh no, wrong. Now
Right.
you're playing with power, Nintendo power.
We eat a piece of paper from Nintendo Power Magazine, and then all of a sudden the world blows up. After the TV blows up first, of course. If you remember that commercial. It's like one of the funniest commercials ever.
We never had. I think we had a short run of Nintendo Powers here. And then it was like nothing.
Uh-huh.
Because I think I owned one copy of like a Nintendo Power.
Was it called Nintendo Power in Europe, or was it under a different name?
I think it was called Nintendo Power. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna check.
I think like there was various countries had their own. Like the UK did. Like I know France did. Wouldn't surprise me if the Scandinavian region had their own.
Uh-huh.
That talked about everything in kroner and shit. I'm not sure.
Let's see. Let's see if you can. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it was just it was under the name just Nintendo Magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Very
was called-
creative.
it was called Nintendo Magazine, which basically translates to Nintendo Magazine.
Literally Nintendo magazine.
It only lasts for 4 years, between 1990 and 94. Because I remember owning a couple of them. I remember one of them was when Captain N was finally got to meet Samus, and it was like, Samus is a girl. So I remember that.
Nani?
I remember that that comic.
Heaps of love. Ed.
Okay, we got ourselves the bottomless pot. So we need to go to this cape, which he gave us the directions for, in order to use that, and I think that will maybe give us access to the mermaids, but who knows? Well, let's see if we can pillage around the castle and get any good treasures and all that before we mosey on out of here, although I suspect that after I ransack the castle with whatever that we can find, then we'll probably end off today's stream, since we're getting close to that time anyway.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Got a smart suit, so we can dress up like a businessman if we want to with that smart suit. And a party dress for the ladies. What an occasion.
Fancy.
Yeah. Although, with the way how they jingled when we collected them, I wonder if they're going to be for any particular use in the gameplay later. But we'll have to see. More often than not, they're just there for fashion's sake. Or just for the eye candy. If they want to, you know, show what they look like. Oh, there's that set of stairs over here. Okay. Whoop. Wrong side. Apparently I can't even tell which direction I'm supposed to go. Anyway, let's take a look. Oh, that circle in the middle there. Okay. Yeah, that's where he wants us to use it. Okay, so we'll go out. Well, we'll go to, we'll find some random place and we'll go to the church to save our progress. But in the meantime, while we work our way towards one, Metal, why don't you go ahead and you plug first this time?
Well, thank you, good sir.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I'm the easiest, really. I've only got one thing, and that's my X account over at Adam Kaiju. Though, like I said, I'm transitioning it back to an old name, but yeah, the handle's the same for now. But definitely check me out because I stream for Hero Club, and you can check them out across the internet. The website is hero-club.com. And of course, follow us across social media at Hero Club for Life because we stream Wednesdays and Fridays, usually. So, check us out.
All right. You can find me on both YouTube and Twitch at Double RPG Reviews. YouTube is my bread and butter when it comes to content, whereas Twitch is secondary. And also, stay up to date with me through social media on both Facebook and Twitter at Double RPG Reviews for all your social media feeds. And that is it from me. And last but not least, let's have our special guest, Alex, go ahead and plug for himself. What do you want to plug, man?
Well, I also don't have much, but you can follow me on twitch.tv/thebadgamer. I try to stream on Wednesdays and Sundays. Like, I haven't... intervals, I haven't decided times yet, but like it's whenever it's moved. Actually, currently streaming the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection because it's out, and that's why I'm streaming again. That's pretty much it.
All right. Alex, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us as a special guest for this time around and filling in for Jerry Shoes while he's finishing up with Anime Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Hope he's
worries.
having a great time.
Yeah, definitely. Anything like this comes up again where one of us has to take off, we will definitely ask you to join us as a special guest again.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
Anyways, be sure to catch us all next week for when we resume where we left off, and hopefully we'll get some more of those orbs, and it will get us one step closer to defeating the main baddie who we're going up against. But we'll see where fate takes us the next time when we adventure. And until next Saturday, I'm Double RPG.
I'm Adam Kaiju for now.
Bad gamer.
And since Fighter Chaos is not here with us for this week, we do have two great words that are left to end off the stream. And they are Ninyo Kanryo. See you next week, guys. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a happy Easter. Bye.